You can use Autograph to illustrate complex numbers. So I'm going to go into, I've loaded up Autograph, I'm going to go into the new complex numbers page, which loads up like this. Just going to move the page downwards a little bit so we can focus on the first quadrant up here. To enter a complex number, I'm going to go the cheap and easy route is I'm just going to put a couple of points on there. Okay, I'm going to edit those. So there's where I can edit my complex number. For the first one, I'm going to go with this would be a 3-1. So there's that one there. The second one, I'm going to do it. Let's, for no particular reason, go 4 across and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 up there. So we can see that there. There's my two complex numbers. If I select them both, I'm then able to do things like adding them. And this is dynamic software, so as I move one, the other one moves. I can go back and select them both again. I can choose to multiply them. You can see that the multiplication of those two numbers is gone off the page. If I move that back down here, hopefully we're going to get a number that comes back on the page. Select one of them, and there we go there. You could then talk with students about what happens if you rotate the angle of one of the numbers. What happens to the argument of the multiplication of those? You could talk about what happens if to the addition of those, if one of them is just a real number. There's various things you could illustrate with that. What you might like to do is to take one of the numbers and illustrate its argument, so you're able to do that. I'm going to make the angle size a little bit bigger just so we can see it clearer. There is a way of dragging that number out so we can see that number a little bit clearer. I'm just trying to get rid of things. There we go there. So now we've got the angle of our blue complex number there. We could, if we wanted to, we could also mark on the size of that number there. So we can do things like that. As you can see, I'll let you investigate further. There's other menu items up here, such we could do the loci around a complex number. We could do all kinds of perpendicular bisectors and things like that. You could do a complex number raised to a power. I've just spotted that is this menu for entering the complex number. You might actually prefer to show your complex numbers, especially if you're doing modulus argument form, using the polar grid. That might actually be a nicer way of showing that argument. So yeah, Autograph is great for demonstrating all things to do with complex numbers.